Two journalists of online news portal Frontier Manipur who were detained by Manipur police under alleged charges of sedition over the publication of an article have been released. That's right, viewers. The release came after representatives of the All Manipur Working Journalists Union and Editors Guild called on Chief Minister Biren Singh earlier this morning. Paojel, Chaoba and Dhiren Sadokpam, who are the executive editors of the web portal, were also charged under Unlawful Activities Prevention Act of the Indian Penal Code. Additionally, as per reports, an FIR was also filed against the portal's writer M. Joy Luang for an article. The article, Revolutionary Journey in a Mess, written by M. Joy Luang, was published on the 8th of January, following which a suo motu FIR was registered by Manipur Police against Luang and the editors of the portal. According to the FIR, the author endorsed revolutionary ideologies and activities and expressed dismay at the deteriorating character of the armed revolutionaries of Manipur in the last decade. However, the big update is that the two journalists have been released by the police. The release came after representatives of the All Manipur Working Journalists Union as well as the Editors Guild called on Chief Minister Biren Singh earlier this morning. And to tell us more on this, I'm being joined now over the phone by my colleague from Manipur, Sharat Chandra. Yes, indeed, Sharat, this is a big development coming in from your state. Two journalists who were earlier arrested on charges of sedition have now since been released by the police. What further details can you give us at this point in time, Sharat?
Yeah, Raunak, that was at around 3 to 3:30 p.m. today in the afternoon that the notice time went to the Singh police station and cover the event of this Paojel Chaoba, who is the executive editor of the web portal, the Frontier Manipur. Also, the editor of the Frontier Manipur, Dhiren Sadokpam, were released by the Singh police station from 3 to 3:30, and we also interviewed them. But before it, one joint meeting was convened at the Ministerial Secretariat at Bahupara, and the understanding has been brought between them, between the Editors Guild Manipur, All Manipur Working Journalists Union, and the Chief Minister himself. And also, significantly, Chaoba have already he have already been signed one undertaking that article which finds objectionable from the government side, he regret, and also submit that such a mistake that was an oversight from their part, and in the future they are not going to carry any kind of such article in the future. So that was the undertaking being signed by the Paojel Chaoba and witnessed by the president of both Detained Manipur and the All Manipur Working Journalists Union. And after that, release of this Chaoba, Paojel Chaoba and Dhiren Sadokpam has been met, and they were released from the Singh police station, which they were detained by the Singh police station since last night under the charges of sedition charges. Raunak.
Right, absolutely. Well, Sharat, the latest update that has come in here right now is that the two journalists have since been released. However, my question to you here, Sharat, is there any other kind of action, disciplinary action, that may be taken up against the author in question or the web portal for that matter? Sharat.
You see, Raunak, precisely the Paojel Chaoba, who has signed one undertaking which has been witnessed by the president of All Manipur Working Journalists Union and Editors Guild Manipur. And in the undertaking, he already agreed that the article was finds objectionable from the government side, and they also agreed that that was an oversight from their part. Their part means from the web portal side, which is the editor is the Sadokpam, the Dhiren Sadokpam, and also the executive is the Paojel Chaoba. As they have agreed that was a mistake, and in the future they are not going to carry out such an article without any verification. So that was assurance given from the Paojel Chaoba and the Sadokpam Biren. After that, only the release from police station is possible, Raunak.
Absolutely, absolutely. Sharat, Chandra, thank you very much for joining me at this point in time, bringing us all of those latest updates of this big story. As you just heard, viewers, two journalists of the online news portal Frontier Manipur were detained by Manipur police under alleged charges of sedition over the publication of an article and they have now since been released. Well, the release came after representatives of the All Manipur Working Journalists Union and Editors Guild called upon Chief Minister Biren Singh earlier this morning. And well, Paojel, Chaoba and Dhiren Sadokpam, who are the executive editors of the web portal, were also charged under Unlawful Activities Prevention Act of the Indian Penal Code. Additionally, as per reports, an FIR was also filed against the portal's writer M. Joy Luang for the article. And of course, the article, A Revolutionary Journey in a Mess, which was written by M. Joy Luang, was published on the 8th of January, following which a suo motu FIR was registered by Manipur police against the editor and Joy Luang. According to the FIR, the author endorsed revolutionary ideologies and activities and expressed dismay at the deteriorating character of the armed revolutionaries of Manipur in the last decade. However, the big update right now is that the two journalists have since been released by the police. And the release, of course, came after representatives of the All Manipur Working Journalists Union and Editors Guild called on Chief Minister Biren Singh this morning.
There was no substantial ground why we are being arrested, hence our release. Actually, there was one article which was carried by us in the Frontier Manipur, which said that the revolutionary system now is in a mess, authored by Mr. 1 M. Joy Luang, who was already printed in other papers. But we had carried that news. And afterwards, I feel that the government had a little bit of a issue with that particular article. So we have been detained in the police station since yesterday.
And now you are being released. So we heard about you and also accompanied you and this Dhiren, who is the editor of the Frontier Manipur.
Right.
Two of them are detained.
Yes.
So how far it is true?
He is also being detained, but now we are being released now.
Okay. So what is the condition of release? Is it unconditional release after the negotiation, after the meeting in between the Biren Singh, EGM, Editors Guild Manipur and Namju?
There has been some sort of a agreement in the way that, of course, if the government find it objectionable, and if such that in future articles, we will scrutinize the articles in future. If the government has an objection.
Okay. So now you are now being released. So how you feel? Solidarity being shown by the EGM and Manipur, all Manipur Working Journalists Union?
I feel much thankful to the EGM and our journalist fraternity, especially all of you, that of course that there must be a freedom of expression, that the freedom of expression cannot be curtailed, come hell or high water. And for that, journalists will go to jail not only one time, but 100 times.